like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alright y'all, I'm back with another flashback. This video features Velvet. Guys, I'm still currently working on re-uploading all of my content back onto YouTube, adding my commentary so that I can meet the YouTube guidelines. This is why you guys are seeing so many flashbacks from my channel, but I can assure you that I'm staying on top of everything happening within Carbonation. Guys, please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Alright y'all, let's get into this video.
Please don't go back. And I was like, oh. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Right.
I just played it off real smooth and it was like, you know.
Oh, no, I would never. No. Girl, what you talking about?
Look, it was one time where we actually was talking. And the Beyond Frequency account was connected to her phone. So I wound up fucking around calling you on Beyond Frequency. And she was, you know, and I guess she seen the thread. And she was like, did you talk to Nature Boy? And I was like, no. I was like, no.
Not at all, no.
And I felt so bad that I had to lie. Because I really love to be honest about, I like to be transparent about how I'm feeling.
Right.
And for some reason, throughout my life, every time I'm honest, I feel like I get punished for this shit. But, I mean, shit, my emotions feel like an uphill battle. Like, ever since I was a kid, it just feel like I'm just fucking banging people's heads with how I feel. But, I mean, I guess it's for a reason. So, I had to lie in that moment, but I repent for my ways because I don't want to lie about stuff like that because it don't feel right for me.
So what happened?
I just kind of brush it, you know.
Y'all, not her. Not Velvet. Not Velvet saying that she don't like lying. Velvet already know that when her lips are moving, chances are there's a lie or two coming out.
Because it don't feel right for me.
So what happened?
I just kind of brush it, you know, let it go by, and then I came back home to you. I couldn't. There was
no. I'm saying when she asked you at that time.
Oh no, it just faded away. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Omek thing. Okay, so you said to Omek, look, man. Okay, you went back to him because it was convenient. Mm-hmm. He said you need the hill. You was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm fine.
Going all the way in.
I had a lot of pride.
But he had reserves.
Yeah. And I guess that.
So how long were you talking on the phone before you got together?
We had been talking on the phone for like, it was like maybe, it was a good maybe.
Now this is a real nigga moment. This is a real nigga moment.
Everything on the universe, like, it was about a good month and a half.
On the phone?
On the phone, like strictly. On the phones were like, 50-something days before we actually came together and was like, hanging out with each other.
All right, so now I'm about to ask you some real nigga questions.
Let's go.
And we gonna let it all out.
All right.
Because I know you want to let it all out anyway.
I'm ready.
Fuck it. So, you go and go ahead.
By the way, I just want everybody to know that during this time when I was with Omek, I did not talk to you at all. Did I?
No.
I did not talk to Chief at all during this time until...
Nah, matter of fact, I wasn't talking to you. I was so fucking mad about it.
Yeah, we was completely...
I was like, yo, fuck her. I can't believe you let this nigga pick my daughter up. Yo, I was so pissed off at you. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was not talking to you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Nah, so...
Mosquitoes coming in.
Mosquitoes! Mosquito hour! Alright, so check it out. You went and got tested.
I did.
You went and got tested for HIV.
/AIDS.
Hepatitis.
A, B, and C.
You got tested for...
Syphilis. Gonorrhea and chlamydia. And yeast infections. And any other...
So wait, because you was online saying all of y'all need to go get tested.
This was before I got tested. And I literally, intentionally said that shit to shake everybody. That was...
You didn't want nobody sleeping with me because you know...
I was mad as... I was like, all right, you want to do that? Oh, y'all need that. I was hoping that it was.
So you was gonna hate on all women ever coming to see me. Any woman that ever could come, you was like, I'm gonna just throw this out there.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go get tested.
Absolutely.
So I
was in hopes that it would shake y'all, but it didn't.
Come on.
But nah, no seriously. This is before I got tested though.
So you go get tested with or before OMAC?
This was before OMAC.
Before OMAC.
Yeah, I would never.
You got tested for all STDs. You got tested for
everything. Everything. All sexually transmitted.
Pap smears,
I got
everything.
a pap smear. They checked my cervix, swabbed it, all that.
All right. So why the fuck didn't you tell everybody that everything came out negative and you ain't have none of that shit? Because you know people was out there saying I got HIV and shit.
I felt that people were coming down so hard on me that I felt like, fuck all y'all. Like, that's not none of y'all business. That's not y'all. Like, people were taunting me. And I was like, y'all not about to just, bully me into any, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt in that moment. So,
y'all, I ain't even finna hold y'all, but I feel that Velvet got some test results back that were positive. That's why she ain't share it with the internet. Because you see how they share everything else with the internet. She would have shared those test results. I believe that she didn't share them because she ain't need nobody to know what type of antibiotics she was getting.
Just, bully me into any, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt in that moment. So I just was like, fuck what they saying. And I just kind of let it go. And I just forgot about it all. And I just didn't even pay no attention. Yeah, nothing against.
So when you got your results that you was negative, what did you think in your mind about
I was fine. I already knew that. In my heart, I knew that I didn't have anything. I just did it just to see. You know what I'm saying? Just out of curiosity.
Right.
Just to see.
Right. Okay.
So, but when I was doing it and everything, I was like, it was normal for me. How you normally go get tested in Babylon, you're like, I know I don't got nothing, but I'm gonna just do this shit for security reasons. You know what I'm saying? It was like that for me. And actually, the people around me was like, I think she lying. I think she really got something. So when I actually showed them the shit came back negative, and I was serious about it, it was like, oh, she's serious.
So there's other people that know that the shit was negative?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Including OMAC? Including
OMAC.
Yeah, that's why OMAC had put it online.
And, yeah.
Okay, so...
I think...
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that part. Okay, so you with OMAC, you've been talking to him on the phone.
Yeah.
50 days and all that. Mm-hmm. And now, we moving on forward to you meeting up with him. Mm-hmm. I seen him driving on his little story. I was watching. I was mad, but I was watching. He was driving, come see you, and then boom, the hand lock picture went viral. The hand lock picture went viral. Let's create. What's up, yo? The hand lock, the finger lock picture. Let's create. Come on, talk to me. What's going on?
Okay, so initially, I'm not gonna flex. I apologize if I ever misled anybody into thinking anything or anything. But my first initial thought when I did that, I was like, this is gonna trigger him. Talking about Chief, this is gonna trigger Chief. And now that was a part of I'm being honest, that was a part of the reason why I posted that picture. I'm not gonna flex. Because I knew it would get to you. Because I felt so hurt that you would still fucking be his woman. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just go all out. So that was a part of why I posted it. Initially, that was why I posted it. But then, on another hand, I was like, this will really benefit business. I'm thinking Babylon. I'm like, yo, this will really benefit the business. It'll bring in money. This will promote him as well.
All right, so talk about your feelings when you first meet up with OMAC. What are you thinking? You haven't seen him in years. He pulls up. You see him. What is your initial thoughts? Honestly.
My initial thoughts were like, it was like a friend. It was like a friend. I was seeing a friend.
Now, if she met up with OMAC and felt that he was just her friend, why did she sleep with him? Now she got me thinking of that song, Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Y'all know that song?
It was like a friend. Like, I was seeing a friend. Like, it was somebody, it felt like somebody I knew, but not somebody that I was in love with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, son? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga off type shit. But obviously, in his mind, it wasn't like that for him. It was more like, I'm looking to be mad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Love eyes, yeah.
But, I was pretty calm about everything, though. Like, I was calm about it and everything. And, yeah, but he just really felt like a friend. You know, like, okay, I'm seeing my friend.
So why not? All right, okay. Because obviously you did step away and say, okay, this is only friendship. All right, so fast forward to him meeting Eliana. What was that like?
I had a lot of concerns when it came to him meeting Eliana because one of my main things about Eliana was not having another man around her. Like, that was a big deal for me. And I had to, like, really shut myself off to really think that I would be with Omek for the rest of my life, for him to be in her life the way that he was in that moment.
So I get alive, and you on live with Omek, and he picks up my daughter. What was going through your mind in that moment?
I was thinking, like, okay, so when it comes to Omek and the relationship that we had, we had a lot of business energy between us. Mm-hmm. So
y'all was making jewelry together. Right. Y'all was painting together. Right. Y'all was doing all that together.
Right. So in that moment, because I was making beads.
No, it's more like Velvet joined Omek in his jewelry making and painting business because Omek is doing very well for himself in Atlanta, Georgia right now.
Doing all that together.
Right. So in that moment, because I was making beads, Ellie's a baby. So she's like touching everything, trying to put beads in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at that moment as help, as far as like...
So you didn't do that to trigger me?
Oh no, that was not intentional. And I would tell you that if it was. I really would. That was not intentional.
That's amazing because the way they sent it to me is seeing the trick.
And now I don't know what was going through his head when he did that. But in my mind, I was like, it was like help for me, because if it was a woman, you know, there with me, helping me with Ellie and the bees while I was doing this on live, that's what the energy was.
The hand thing didn't trigger me. The baby thing, that shit.
I didn't purposely do that.
Ooh-wee.
I don't know what was going through his head when he did that initially.
He know God. I'm not even gonna go there. Okay, we're gonna move forward because we ain't even gonna be negative.
I caught the backlash of that after it happened.
Okay, what was you feeling after people was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" What was you feeling then?
I just blocked people because I didn't see it in that light. Like, I was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, that wasn't the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking at it as that. How people made it seem, I wasn't looking at it like that. So I was like, y'all interfering with my shit. Like, y'all interfering with the business. Like, I'm not here for that. I was strictly about business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mind was there. So anything anybody had something to say about at that point, I was like, fuck out of here. Like, you're playing as an insulator to beyond frequency. Fuck no. Because that was the mindset that I was in. So I just blocked them. Politely blocked them. And I just kept going on like.
Damn. Okay. So now, nighttime comes. You with Omek. Talk to me. You know, it's time to get it on. What's going on in your mind? What's going on in your mind? Having sex with Omek. It's a real nigga moment. No insult. But you have to be as honest to me as possible.
Me and Omek.
This is where you get to tell your piece and let the universe deal with it.
Absolutely. me and Omek had a lot of insecurities about our sex life after me coming out of a relationship with you. Because a lot of his questions to me was like, do you still love him? Are you still in love with him? This, and that. He had a fear that my vagina would be loose or whatever the case may be. And I initially had insecurities about my vagina being like, not being able to fit and stuff like that, not being able for it to be pleasurable and stuff like that, because we were talking about being in a relationship. And a part of that was having a baby and insecurities having a baby and my body changing and stuff like that and everything. And so I guess in that moment, because this was when we was on the phone talking about it, this wasn't in person, this was before we came together, and we was talking about it, and we basically just rationalized it to be like, well, maybe it's not as bad as we think it's gonna be. So we just kind of like let it, all those insecurities, we kind of like, in those moments we felt like we made each other secure.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
In our sex life, and made each other feel like, it's gonna be all right. So when we initially came together and we had sex, man, when we initially had sex, my body rejected the shit out of Omek.
Oh.
Like when I tell you the first night we slept together,
Right.
It literally felt like, damn, this is going on. I'm just be honest. Like
this is a real nigga moment.
He came inside of me. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
He did, and my body rejected it. Like it literally felt like somebody was like giving me surgery on my ovaries, like on my fallopian tubes, like tying them shit together. Like, it felt like it wasn't supposed to be happening, like, at all. Like, to the point where I was not sleeping, I was tossing and turning, I was holding like, a bad-ass period, like, worse than a bad period. And so, he was, like, trying to figure out if I was okay in that moment or whatever like that. And I was like, bruh, this shit don't feel good. I had to go get a shower. I got in the shower. The water helped calm me down and everything like that. Came back, I just went to sleep because I had to force myself to go to sleep because the pain was that intense. So after that day, we wound up having sex again. I caught a yeast infection. This was another sign that I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing with him. I caught a yeast infection the next day, and the yeast infection was like something I had never experienced before. I said to myself in that moment, I said, what the fuck is going on? And I started having thoughts to myself. I was like, I'm like, the last time I had a yeast infection when I was with a nigga, he was fucking around on me. And I don't know if I should go into deep. Should I go into deep?
Yeah, that's how much you feel in your heart. I mean, this is your time. This is your moment.
Like the last time that I dealt with a yeast infection like that to that degree was when I was dealing with a man and he was fucking around with other people, like
another man,
men and women. You feel me? And it came out to be that he was fucking around with men and women, like on some real shit. Like I'm not even trying to flex on Omek or none of that. I'm just being real. And I actually pulled Omek to the side because after that initial time we had sex, the second time, and I caught the yeast infection. I'm like, whoa, maybe I'm tripping. Like maybe something is happening. Because I never had a yeast infection with Chief. Like, nothing ever happened to my body when I was with Chief. I never got any inkling that, anything bad. Oh, anything. So, it was confusing for me. So, then, we wound up having sex again. And it got worse. Like, it got worse. And I was like, we can't have sex no more. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is mad weird. Like, I don't know what's going on. So, we had a conversation about me having a yeast infection and why I might have it and stuff like that. And he started Omek started acting like, you know how you go through something with somebody and then they start like having this like victim pity party for themselves, like in the process, but you're the one going through everything.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
I was looking at him like, yo, I'm the one who got the yeast infection. Like, why are you acting like that? And he's like, well, I don't want to be the cause of this yeast infection or whatever and all this extra shit. And he was like, all like in tears and acting like a female. And I'm like, what are you doing? The what?
The puffy eye pictures you released?
I don't know what they at. They should be in there. I might have, but I don't know. But so that happened. We had the conversation. We had this conversation multiple times because the yeast infection lasted throughout the entire time that we was together. And the yeast infection.
You said at one time he was kissing you.
I'm about to get into that. The yeast infection lasted the entire time we were together. So me and Omek could not even have sex. Like, my body was not allowing that to happen, like literally. So while we was seeming like a couple and all that, like even for the little pop-up and all that, we was not having sex. Like, we wasn't. So it was times where he would like want to intimately kiss me and everything like that. Like, I guess to show affection. But my vagina, the yeast infection and all that, it would flare up. Like, when he would kiss me, it would flare up. Like, as if we literally had sex. Like, on some real shit. So I was like, this never happened to me before. I said, I cannot be intimate with you. And we had the conversation multiple times. And I said, I don't know exactly why this is happening, but I can't do this with you.
You told me that when he went inside of you, you couldn't feel him.
Yeah. On my walls, like straight across, I couldn't really, like, it wasn't like he was filling me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, all right, so say this is my vagina, right? Not saying that my vagina is this big, but I'm just saying, say if it's this big, right? This is cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's filled it's filled up. This is open. It's space. So that was like that was something that we dealt with though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something that was just like, all right, fuck, it's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? We just like fuck that shit. Like, we not gonna think about that shit. Like, we gonna keep going. Nah, seriously. And this is not no shade.
This is a real nigga moment, though.
This is a real nigga moment. Every man has different penis sizes.
This is a real nigga moment. This is my woman. This is my woman. You shouldn't have been touching my woman. That's what he get. He shouldn't have touched my baby. He shouldn't have touched my...
Now, y'all know Velvet putting on for Lehio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. 3 God. She knows she was loving her time she was with Omek.
Touching my woman. That's what he get. He shouldn't have touched my baby. He shouldn't have touched my woman. That's
my body was rejecting him, babe. Like,
you belong to me. You mine.
So then...
That's what he get.
Oh, I cannot wait to tell you how this next part. So eventually, we stopped being intimate altogether. Like, no affection at all. Of course, this dampened our relationship because we're like, what the fuck is going on? So as time is going on, we're feeling more and more like friends. For me, I'm like, yo, I can't even be intimate with you.
Yo. And
when he kissed me one time he kissed me, and this is when I really decided, like, yo, this is not for me. This is not for me. Like, he literally kissed me, and I don't know if any woman has ever been through this before, but I literally felt like I was kissing a gay man, like on some real shit. And I then proceeded a couple days after that to ask him, like, we had conversations.
Let's leave it at that.
We had conversations, but
we kept it real.
I'm not sure.
Let's keep it real. Let's say this.
I felt like a gay.
You feel that Omek got gay tendency?
Yes, I do.
Boom.
And I told him that. I said you could be feminine at times.
Okay, cool. Let's leave it at that because that's his thing.
And there's no shade.
There's no shade.
Because I'm not bashing.
Okay.
It just wasn't for me.
Okay, this is not yours. Okay, cool. So, let's leave it right there. Mm-hmm. So now, as you Omek left you on Sunday,
Yeah.
And you immediately start trolling me.
Actually, I started trolling
But
you.
you said you told me when you and rubbed one off thinking about me.
God. So
it's a real nigga moment. Let's get it.
Alright, so I was
So
like,
Omac made you start thinking about me more.
with the yeast infection and all. I ain't even fuck. Like I was like, because I'm a woman and I get sexually aroused, and that wasn't my thing. So nobody ever satisfied me the way that you do. Nobody ever satisfied me the way that she does. Like,
hey,
so when I wasn't getting what I needed, I was like, yo, I'm horny right now. I'm not fucking this nigga. Like, I'm finna like sit, watch Ellie right quick. I'm finna go to the bathroom. I'm finna like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna do my thing. So, in my mind, my husband is so fucking fine that I don't have to watch porn because I can literally create a scene in my mind from where we had sex and jack off on that shit. Like,
okay, alright, so that's what's up.
Like on some real shit. And that's what I did.
Okay.
I ain't telling nobody that, but I did it.
Okay.
And so after
that's real.
After a couple days passed, I was like, I cannot wait till he leave so I can talk to Chief. Like, I was literally like, I cannot wait until he leaves so I can call my husband. Like,
so being with Omac made you come back to me. Fine. That's understandable. People do that. So you hit me up, me and you start talking.
This was the next day after he left.
We never got off the phone ever since then. And because the emotional breakthrough, when you explained to me everything, I was like, fuck it, I'm fine. Then you want to, in the middle of us talking, you erase beyond frequency.
Yeah,
like,
but prior to, before, okay, so the same day me and you started talking back and everything, I had already insinuated to Omac, like, I don't think that this is gonna work. Like,
yeah, y'all had texted each other. He felt that. He knew.
Absolutely. So I was like kind of ignoring him during that, during those like a couple days or maybe 3 days when me and you really was talking. Then we kind of cut it off, whatever. When we cut it off, I was like, yo, like, I'm not with the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was explaining to him everything.
All right, y'all, go on ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
I was like, this is not gonna work. Like, I don't think you're the one for me. I literally told him that. This nigga literally texted me back and said, I understand. Literally is what he said. He said, I understand. I know that this is happening. He actually, y'all, if I'm lying, I could fucking, the universe could bury me tonight. He literally said in a text message, like, encouraging me to be back with Chief on some real shit. Like, he was like, if that's what's in your heart, then I support you. Do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Omac thought that he was still going to have a relationship with me when I, got back with Chief. And I'm like, nah, like, that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I need to have a relationship with you for? So after I told him exactly how I felt after everything was said and done, I cut all ties. Like, there's no reason for me to talk to you. So he was trying to hit me up and was like, call me and this and that. And I wound up blocking him or whatever. And I guess he felt played or whatever. So he wound up blocking me. And I was like, better. That's better for me. You know what I'm saying? Because now you know what I'm saying? Don't reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's redundant at this point. So he wound up blocking me. And then I guess he felt played, so he wound up online saying everything that he said. And I'm like, yo, we literally had an understanding. Like, I don't know why you have to do that. Which made me feel like he's really immature and childish. Because now he's playing this victim role to the public. Like, I fucked over him when we both made the decision to see if we were going to just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I spit this nigga on some evil type shit and was like, nah, fuck you. Like, I don't want to fuck with you. I'm going to go be back with Chief. Like, nah, I literally told him the reasons why I didn't want to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And he understood, and we came to a mutual agreement. That's why I feel like he's a coward. You know what I'm saying? Because that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? If we came to an agreement and an understanding, why are you dragging it out for the public the way that you are? You know
that's a factory.
I don't know.
So you was pissed off.
I feel like women do that shit.
Yeah. It was feminine of him.
Absolutely.
And that's okay. That's okay. But, alright, so how you feeling right now? You got that off your chest.
I feel like
What?
I feel like
I can hear that.
relieved that I was able to talk about a lot of the stuff that I shared today, because there was a lot of like preconceptions and assumptions and questions about how everything unfolded.
And you know people gonna be like, oh, I feel sorry for Omac. What do you have to say about people that's gonna feel sorry for Omac? With Omac, they're not holding Omac responsible because the way he moves in a subtle, feminine way, and he's gonna make himself look like...
Y'all call me the manipulator. Like, y'all call me the manipulator.
You just being all the way honest and
like,
real.
my whole shit is...
He knew what the fuck was going on.
And he told me that. Like, he told me
He
initially.
know, he's smart. He know exactly what's going on, but the way he playing it is playing a subtle, feminine, meek role.
And
it's
he knows
making
that
I
he
feel sorry for him.
He knows that people are going to support him.
Well, let them niggas fuck with him.
And that's fine. That's totally fine. I just think that...
Well, let them fuck with him. I'm thankful. Let them fuck with him and see what they get. So there it is. They'll see for themselves, and maybe they deserve them. It is what it is. You always going to separate the real from the real and the fake from the fake. So it is what it is.
Another thing, the reason why me and Omac wasn't really working out was because of the Moorish thing. And it was certain times where like Chief would come out my mouth. Like, not Chief like Chief, but actually like the things that, you know, Chief teaches us and stuff, and it would like come out. Like, for instance, like one morning, when rising, I woke up or whatever, and I was like dealing with Ellie. I was taking care of her and stuff, and I'm like, welcome back, Ellie, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, he looked to the side and he was like, you sure you don't want to go back? Like, you know, some shit. And I was like, we got into it. And I was like, fuck you. I was like, take me back to Florida. Like, I was going to make him drive all 5 hours to bring me all the way back to Florida, because, like, who are you? I felt in that moment, who are you to tell me how to express myself with my daughter? Like, I don't give a fuck what I've been through in life.
No, Velvet. He wasn't trying to tell you how to express yourself with your daughter. He was trying to point out that you were still very much a member of the cult.
Tell me how to express myself with my daughter. Like, I don't give a fuck what I've been through in life. I don't give a fuck where I came from or what you've been through. I'm going to express myself how I want to with my daughter. I'm going to teach her what I want her to know. I don't give a fuck what you think or your...
That's a fact, because you have, exactly.
So he felt some type of way. He wound up crying, talking me out of it, whatever. I said, like, if you don't fucking drive me 5 hours, I'm going to buy myself a bus ticket. I don't give a fuck. So eventually everything calmed down or whatever, and we talked about it, and I guess he wanted to be with me, so he basically kissed my ass in the process.
But you're upset with Omac right now because how he put your business out.
How he dealt with it.
You would have never even went here.
I wouldn't have never went here if he would have never put my business out online. That wasn't...
Right, that wasn't his fucking business for him to talk about your shit.
Exactly. And how he dealt with it.
Right, because me and you, we was getting back together slowly but surely, but then his messages start coming out, and I'm like, who the fuck is he to tell the business?
Exactly.
When y'all had access to each other, he could have texted you.
Exactly.
When you were talking to each other, so he put the business out there, so this is why you're doing what we're doing right now.
And that was the weird part, because we had a mutual understanding. It wasn't like I just completely throwed him off the end of the earth and was like, fuck you.
Right.
Nah, I literally closed that shit like how I was supposed to, maturely. And he understood.
And he went and talked about
back and
telling your test results and shit.
That was
Who the fuck is you to tell her test results?
That wasn't your place at all. Like,
who the fuck was you to tell her she's going back to nature? But we didn't. How the fuck you put my daughter in danger? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's going back to nature.
And that's what I told him. I said,
come on, man.
You really don't care. Like, I thought you cared. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really cared about my
who you to tell her she wants to be with Nate? Why would you tell our business? Like, you told her business supposed to be your friend. Like, type shit.
That's the type. But that's the true colors. After everything is said and done, no matter what happens and what went on, I mean, shit, it played out the way that it needed to. So
look, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm end this live. We're gonna come back open and we're gonna do a Q&A for anybody that wanna call in.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well as my commentary. Please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Guys, I want to give a big shout out to all of my new subscribers. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. To all of my OGs, my day ones, my ride or dies, y'all already know what it is. Big up yourself. We in the building with it.